We're live.
Hi, everybody. We are live. Welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, we are live for real. Hey, everybody. We are live. I'm so glad that you have taken the time out of your day to be live with me.
Hey y'all, what up
What
though?
up, though?
Hey, thank you for tuning into Clink, the Sip and Chat live edition. Y'all look, so we know
Mm.
we spontaneously went live, and that's something I don't really do, spontaneous.
But I'm proud of you, girl, because you
Thank you,
are
girl.
evolving, girl. You're gonna be
Thank
that
you.
spontaneity is everything.
Right, but truth is, your girl didn't feel like editing tonight because today is what we drop. So you get the live version. You get the
Yes, you
unedited,
do.
uncut Cam and
The
K.
raw. You getting it raw.
Baby,
Oh,
I
baby, I
like
like
it
it
raw.
raw. Baby, I like it raw.
All right,
Okay.
so thank you for tuning in again to Clink with Cam and K.
I'm Cam.
And I'm Kay. Hey. So we this we are going to be talking about something that's really needed.
Yeah, something that's really
Something that's really needed,
interesting.
something that's very relatable, something that men and women can relate to.
Yes.
So we're going to tell you in a sec, but this quickly, we just want to tell you about ourselves. We are a couple of filmmakers, okay,
Yes, we are.
and we are podcasters, and we are just creatives. You know, we do all the
We
things. We do a
create.
lot of the
When we
things
say create, we
because we
create.
sing and we will bust out in a song at any moment
At
on our
any
shows.
moment,
At
honey,
any
child,
moment.
you don't never know what we gonna do.
That's right. You
Not
never
really.
know. Okay.
Never
Never,
ever.
never know. Okay. I was gonna try to get my in vogue on, but yeah, no, it wasn't working. Y'all, I'm pissed.
Kay is having. Go
I'm
ahead, Kay. Kay need to
pissed.
have her pop off moment because I'm ready. So now it's your turn.
Right. So before I tell you why I'm pissed, let me just let you know the flow of the show. So we're gonna start off after I tell you why I'm pissed off. But we are gonna we're gonna start off and we're doing this for a minute with our little inspirational moment, Kamikaze inspirational moments. So we just want to get inspirational in the beginning because who knows where it's going to end.
Yeah,
Okay, so we want to get that in.
because when she start, I'm gonna start on a positive note, so that way when she pops off, well,
and so after the inspiration, then we're gonna get into our segment called "Okay, What You Watching," and then we're gonna get into our main topic, "Do You Boo?" And it's about just
doing you,
doing you when you're
boo
in a
boo.
relationship and not losing yourself. So we're gonna be talking about that.
Yes,
So,
talk.
but let me pop off first so we can get to the inspiration after that. Okay.
Oh, you changed. She changed her
Right.
mind, girl. Just get it
So
out. She need to get this
I,
out.
I need to get it
Get
out,
it out.
y'all. I last September I did a
It was the
thing.
1st of September,
I did a thing and I got my nose pierced. I've always wanted my nose pierced,
and
right?
it is so stinking cute.
It is I like the way it
It's
looks.
really cute.
So while I'm waiting on Cam to get over here, I'm putting on my face. And I don't know how, girl, but I just the nose ring, I knocked it out. Okay. And mind you, it's September. So I know it takes about a good year to heal, but they say it can be kind of fully healed, like even after 6 months.
Yeah.
September. Okay. So I'm trying to put it in. Of course, it's bleeding a little bit because the way that it came out, it was like hard. And it closed.
I heard of you beating your face, but I know you was supposed to beat your nose ring out too. But I'm just saying.
Girl, y'all, it closed. My nose ring closed that damn quick. I'm so mad
I
because I'm
told
gonna
her
do it. I'm
she
gonna get
got
it done over again.
I told her she got superpowers. We need to put her, get some studies on
Who
her.
was
She
who
might
was
be
that?
Henrietta
What's
Locke.
that? X Men? Is that Mystique or
I
somebody that
think it
can
is
heal
Mystique, but
themselves?
she can heal herself. Well, I think we got a Mystique over here because she called me, y'all. She was not happy. She's
I
like,
was
I
not.
have something to tell you. My nose ring is gone. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was pissed
She is
because I
pissed.
have to get it over again. And those who have one, y'all, if you can feel my pain, if you ever had to get your nose ring re-pierced because in a flash the hole closed,
I think if
let
I
me
ever
know.
try it, I'll just get one of the little diamond studs and just stick it on there for a second. And that way I ain't got to go through all that. You know, the little dainty dainty, be a little fakey. Be fake.
Yeah,
Give me a fake one.
I want the real thing. See, I like the real thing when it comes to different things. I like the real thing.
I like the real thing too, but if it closed that easily, then I don't know.
Okay, girl, let's go into Cam and Kay get inspirational moment.
Okay. I would just wanted to share some inspiration with everybody. You know, and as we go through our journey in life, we aspire, I would like to think we're all kind-hearted people just to be there for each other, for other people. And sometimes we think like, maybe we question, am I doing the things that I need to be doing? Am
Mm-hmm.
I making a difference? What things can I do to make a difference? And I just wanted to encourage you today and say, live your everyday life. Be kind and be a good person. And while you're along your journey, opportunities will present themselves
Mm-hmm.
for you to be an inspiration to people. So earlier today, I was talking to a lady and she was going to the hospital. So I was talking to her and she was telling me how she was really discouraged and because she has a audible immune
Okay.
disease. She had lupus. And
Mm.
she was saying how she was having a flare up and how she wanted to be healed and blah, blah, blah. And I could totally empathize with her because I was diagnosed with MS probably like 5 years ago. And so I got a chance to just talk to her and encourage her and empathize with her and tell her, give her some words of encouragement, give her some I didn't give her a hug now, but I could have, but I was just really touched and
Why
I
you give
just
her a
because sometimes you
I
don't know
know, right?
people's boundaries, so you don't
Right.
want to just be overbearing. Because I'm very affectionate,
Mhm.
but she might have been like, "Girl, bye."
Right.
So, but I did ask her, could I pray with her?
Okay.
And so I did pray with her, and she told me she was like, she thanked me and everything, but she was just somebody that came across my path just by happenstance and just by me being kind and having a heart to listen.
Mm-hmm.
I made a change in her life and she made a change in mine because in that moment, even though I was talking to her and encouraging her, it touched my heart to say, you know what, as we go through this journey, we have to be empathetic to
We
people
do.
that we meet because you never know what they're going through.
Yeah.
You might see somebody with a scowl on their face or they have a bad attitude. It might be because 99% of the time they're really going through something and they may not want to emote or explain themselves. So we just need to try to give everybody grace.
Yeah. I agree. And you never know who needs to hear your story. Somebody can always benefit from a challenge or something that you overcame that they're going through presently,
Yeah.
and don't be afraid to tell people your story because everybody have one. Everybody have a story. Some people,
Everybody's got a story about love and the good things. Okay.
okay, all right,
Just
sister.
take some
I don't know this
inventory.
song.
Yes, you do. On your woman and your glory. If you know what I'm sparkle. If
Oh, I'm
you
not
look
really big
into
on
your heart.
Sparkle. That's not
I
one of my
love
favorites.
sparkle.
I'm sorry.
So, inspirational moment for today. Sparkle on, people. Sparkle on.
Okay. So that's good. That's good. Again, share your story. So the next segment is okay, what you watching?
Okay, what are you watching?
So I just wrapped up and I'm not sure if you all seen the short that I did about this. Because one of my homegirls was like, girl, what show did you say about the Africans? Which one you said to watch? So I had to tell her. So y'all, if you're into like any type of reality dating shows, baby, that ultimatum South Africa,
Oh, they all called with
a
it.
girl, a girl. Okay,
Hmm. I can imagine because our people across the water in the Congo and stuff, they ain't no joke. They be on
it
a
look,
whole nother
honey,
level.
look. If you've seen any of the ultimatums on Netflix, I have, like the U.S. version. It's a nice show. So the premise of, if you don't know anything about it, couples go on the show.
Hmm.
One
Oh, I've
of
seen this.
yeah,
Yeah.
one of the couples gives the other couple, their significant other, an ultimatum. You
Ultimatum.
either marry me or I'm out. So, but on this show, they give them the ultimatum, and they have the opportunity
To
to
date other
date
people.
other
Yeah, I was
people.
gonna say that.
Okay, and whoever that they choose, they have to
Mm-hmm.
do like a trial marriage for like 3 weeks, and then the original couples come back and do a trial marriage for 3 weeks.
So is that what they? And then they have to decide which one they want.
No, and they have to decide if they're gonna
Stay with their
leave,
significant other.
propose to, or leave alone.
So when you say propose to, so they have a choice to who they propose to. They
No, only the person that they originally came with. They can't be like, I dated him, so I want this one. No.
so they only get to propose to the person they came with.
Yeah, if they want to, if they say like, look,
So if
I
they
done
fall
tried
in
this.
love with the other person, they don't get to propose to them. They just go off into the sunset.
This is not supposed. They're not supposed to now.
Oh.
No, they're not supposed
Girl,
to.
that's too much stuff, honey.
That's too much because
Mm-mm.
okay, so like on the U.S. version, couples come in, they have their boundaries. You better not sleep with the other person. You better not kiss. Like that. I don't. South
Mm.
Africa, they they
They
didn't have no boundaries,
they all
and
in
the
with it,
man was
huh?
fighting the girl. Oh Lord, y'all. So that's what I watched.
Mm.
Okay, and it was good. It
Mm.
gave me what I didn't think I needed.
A whole bunch of boy. Mm-hmm.
It was good. So again,
So
it's
it was
on
very
Netflix.
entertaining, huh?
Very entertaining. Now a lot of people was like, because I got into it because other people was like, y'all gotta watch this. I was like,
I have seen the previews and I was like, wow. Because, all that type of stuff started years ago with the Flavor of Love, kind of. When they were, and when I used to see that, I used to be like, why are they kissing on everybody and everybody kissing everybody? And,
right.
that's too much.
So that's
Seems too
what I
much.
watched, and you can go
And she
ahead and
loves
watch
it.
that.
She like
Yeah.
her ratchetness.
Yeah, I do. I like to get it because I'm not ratchet in my own life.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, I can get
you're
ratchet,
entertained by ratchet. Girl,
but
there ain't
yeah.
gonna be no ratchet unless you make her ratchet, and we don't ever want to see KB ratchet. That's all I got to say.
What? I can be ratchet.
She's such a lady. She's a lady.
I'm a lady, but
I know.
you know,
I
yeah.
know.
What? I'm a
She is my
lady.
fellow Sag. Trust and
I,
believe. I know.
where our Sag is at. Yep, we're both Sag. Even though she's a
Yes.
November Sag, I'm a December Sag, but we still Sages.
Yes.
Okay.
We like in 1 week though, I think, right? 10 days,
Something
something
like
like that.
that. Something like that. All right.
We close enough,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah. We
saying?
close enough. Close enough. So let me know what you're watching. Just drop it in the comments when you see
Mhm.
this replay. Let me know what you're watching. What's good? I like to watch good stuff. So
That's good.
put me on some things. We can help each other out.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Look, okay. So this topic. Gonna
It's gonna move you and it's gonna groove you.
right. Why don't you gonna start us off because you yeah.
Well, this topic came about this on one faithful morning when Kay and I were having a discussion just about life in general. That's how most of our
Mm-hmm.
topics start, and we were just saying how when we're growing up, we're taught that one man, one woman, you can't do this, you can't do that. And we are taught that we are supposed to put boundaries on our relationship. We are supposed to have, draw this line in the
And we
sand.
are.
and we,
Yeah, and we're supposed to,
and you
according to
are.
my therapist. Yes.
Yes, according to your therapist,
Yes.
yes. But in life, sometimes those lines are blurred sometimes. And sometimes so we have to learn to navigate and know that everything is not black and white. There are some shades of gray. 50 shades, somebody once said. But I'm not saying all that. But I think that when we were talking, I was just telling Kay we were talking about relationships.
Hmm.
And I was saying that relationships are every time you meet somebody and you interact with them, it's a relationship. Even if it's a relationship for 1 minute, 5 minutes, an hour, or however long you're engaging with that person, it's a relationship. But sometimes when we're in committed relationships with our significant others, we put boundaries on them that can sometimes, I think, be a little unrealistic. Because
Or
with
boundaries or expectations.
both,
Okay.
because you have the expectation that they come on, we're women,
Hmm.
and we know that, we were taught, like, when you are in a relationship, a man cannot have female friends. You're not really
Hmm.
supposed to have male friends. And a lot of times we get rid of our friends that we have had maybe for many, many years for this new person that is our significant other, if it makes them feel uncomfortable.
Hmm.
And then we could do that and then end up not being with them no more. And then you got
Hmm.
to go back and you want to be friends with the person that you were probably friends with for years. And then they might not want to be your friend because they feel like you just kicked them to the curb. So, what's your thoughts on that?
On the opposite sex and friends, or just
I mean,
period.
right now where we at, right
Okay.
in this point with the friends and how we dump our friends for our significant others and to make them feel
Fortunately,
better.
I haven't had to do that, um, because for me, when I get in a relationship, like, okay, this is what we doing. Um, I on purpose, um, okay, let me put it like this. I have like friends, male friends, like they like my brothers, like for real brothers. Some people say that stuff like, oh, that's like my sister, that's like
Mhm.
my cousin, but I'm like,
But
yeah, I don't do that with my
you
cousin.
don't sleep, kiss,
Right,
or
right,
be entangled with your sister, cousin,
right.
or your like a brother, friend,
But um,
or sister in some
because
cases.
this out of respect, what I do is, like I said, my people is real chill though. I haven't had that issue. But I think if I were to come into that issue, if somebody makes my partner uncomfortable, because we can peep. We can peep when that sister like, bruh, yeah, no, she don't like you, just a friend, because we know.
Mm-hmm.
So we can peep that, and they just like, and they can peep with guys, because we
Mm-hmm.
may not be like, oh please, that's such and such. They be like,
No,
nah,
he got
he
that glimmer in
right,
his eye.
right. He
I
got
look
that. Just let that nigga f up one time,
right.
So, like he got that look. But so if somebody like that made my partner like uncomfortable, I would tell my friend like, look, just just have to fall back. But a real friend though, they will understand.
A real friend is gonna fall back anyway,
Okay,
because a lot of times
yes,
when
yes,
somebody is just not getting into a relationship with
yes,
someone new, you trying to give them you letting
some
it breathe, you letting
space.
it breathe,
You give them some
letting them
space.
cultivate the
Yeah,
relationship. But the other thing I think too is usually if I have friends, male friends, or all my friends meet my person anyway,
yeah, and that's the thing.
off rip.
Yeah,
And
off
if
rip.
they don't meet him, he's heard about them.
Hmm.
He knows about them because you have those conversations about life and the different people that you meet. And even if it's a new friend, maybe it's somebody that you met while you're in your relationship. It's a difference when you
See,
are.
some people don't do new friends. Like,
I know,
some
but
people don't do new friends.
and
Like,
see,
wait,
that's
new
that's what
friends?
I'm having
But
a
the yeah,
thing with is you. It's unrealistic for you to go through life thinking that you're not going to ever meet new friends or cultivate new relationships or stumble across, because sometimes you can stumble across
right.
a
But
new
I think when
relationship.
it comes to to that part of it when people say like new friends, like because a lot of this stuff been done before, tried and true. Somebody say because you meet people at work, because we are at work all the time, right? So say you're at work and a new coworker comes, he nice looking or whatever, like okay, you go start going to lunch, start off as a group and then just the two of y'all, and then be like, yeah, I'm going with my friend. Like who this new friend? Stuff like that. It's like,
You just really have to
uh,
be really careful because you can muddy the waters. Because that happened to me before years ago. That I had a friend at work, and he was a coworker, and I ain't gonna lie, he was fine,
mhm,
but I was fine too.
mhm,
Hi. And so we did start off like you saying as a group, and then we ended up just me and him having lunch and stuff. But it was innocent from my standpoint because
mhm,
I didn't think anything of it. Because see, when you're a female and you grow up with brothers and male cousins, everybody in my family just about are male. It's more males than it is female. So when I
mhm.
grew up, I have two older brothers.
Right.
So growing up in the hood where we grew up at, it was all guys and
Mhm,
all their friends were always over. So I was always
mhm,
the younger baby sister girl going to the kitchen, make some sandwiches and some Kool-Aid. So my perception on male female relationships is different than a lot of people
mhm.
because when a female has not grown up around men, she sometimes, in our adolescent years, we sometimes are boy crazy because it's like, ooh, but if you had grew up with brothers, you'd be like, they be farting and doing nasty stuff and
See, you grew up with
weirdo stuff.
older brothers. I had a younger brother who's 4 years younger than me, so my
Oh,
experience
that
was
was
different.
different. So he was like your baby. I ain't had no baby. Ugh, I had the
So I
bros.
couldn't see any of his friends like, ooh, cute. I didn't have that luxury, but but again, and like we were talking earlier too, this morning, it depends on the boundaries, the rules, boundaries that each couple places in their relationship.
And that's why it's important to set boundaries because if there are no boundaries, then sometimes you can have a slippery slope because you don't know what the boundary is. Say, for instance, you have your guy and he's at work because we all work with people.
Yeah.
Like at my job, I've been in my job for 25 years.
Hmm.
So these people are like my family.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't always think to come and tell my significant other, oh, this, that, and the other, because
Hmm.
sometimes your work life is your work life and your home life is your home life. And
Hmm.
sometimes you don't want to connect the two, just like sometimes men do the same thing. They'll tell you some things, but they don't tell you everything. But I think that's probably with a lot of people. I think women are more some women,
Yeah.
I can't say all, are more they tell you the day to day about the
Right.
ins and
That's how
outs.
we do. We like to talk. We give you detail. Oh yeah, because she was wearing a purple hat with orange lipstick. And
Hmm.
he like, okay.
And she had that same ugly sweater that your mama gave me last Christmas.
Right. Like the one with the big bow on it. But
Hmm.
but yeah, because we are very detailed. But again, that it just boils down to what the couples establishes in their own relationship. Because you can't look at one thing you cannot do is look at this couple, look at that couple
No
as like, oh, you
comparison.
cannot compare.
Because you really go dig yourself off because what works for you ain't gonna work for me,
Exactly.
and what work for me ain't gonna work for you.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
back to when we were talking about um just making sure, I don't know, that's kind of deep. That's why you better keep your relationship tight and
Yeah.
keep a open line of communication so you'll not
Oh,
both be
girl.
on the same page.
Yeah.
Because see what happens in some cases, sometimes people will be at work and working with these coworkers, and the coworkers ain't coworkering. The
Ooh.
coworkers is getting a little side eye, and sometimes
Mm.
you confide in people a little too much. And women,
Yep.
I say that to you, and I'm gonna say that to the men too, because sometimes y'all are not men are not always forthcoming with their coworkers. They sometimes like the attention. That
Especially if they're a type of man who's not used to getting that type of attention.
mm-hmm.
Girl, like you have a guy that probably like just recently have like a good job that's paying very well, something like that, and he's a little nerdy buster, and like all of a sudden, because when a lot of women, they flock to the power, they flock to
Security.
the security, the money, all that kind of stuff. I couldn't care less.
Do you know that sometimes you can look on Google somebody and they'll say they got all this money and they probably ain't got a dang on dime?
Uh-huh.
And that's why when you get into relationships or establish your relationships, it should not ever be based on money or
It
what somebody
shouldn't.
can do for you.
No.
But in the world we live in,
Yeah. But so if that guy is not used to that type of attention from, like, say, some women that he feels that's like elite, like the bad ones or whatever, he don't know what to do with himself.
girl, I was watching this thing on Instagram and it was a young lady and she was probably in her 20s and she was talking to a guy. He had to be in his, I would say, late 40s.
Mm.
And she was going off on him, girl. She was like, hold up. You want to date me? She was like, I don't want you. You all used up.
Oh.
She said, you are coming to me telling me that the women your age are all used up. But in your 20s, you were out there partying, doing what you wanted to do.
Mm.
In your 30s, you were in and out and dibbling and dabbling and having babies everywhere. So now you are a grown man. Yes, you have a good job. Yes, you have security, but you coming with all this baggage and then you want to come in my face as a 20-year-old woman with no kids, no baggage, no nothing, and try to use up my good young
She a
years.
smart one.
Girl, I was tripping. I was like, girl,
She's a
you better
smart
tell his
one.
behind. She went off on him. And the guy was like, because he really was thinking that he was the prize. So I was
Mm-hmm.
really happy that women or people, period, are starting to know their value. And you can't just keep dangling the monetary thing in front of people thinking, well, I'm with him because, or her,
Mm-hmm.
because of what she can do for me. You can take care of yourself. You can do your own
Girl,
fuzz
I
fizzle.
know. Girl, I had like this one guy, he lived in a certain area, and he, told me, how much he made. I was like, that don't impress me.
Hmm. Not at
I'm
all.
sorry,
What
that
the
don't
hell you
express
telling me
me.
for?
Right. I'm like, that's not gonna make me ooh, but it's probably worked for him in the past, because you
Yes.
do have women that, you know, for lack of better words, that are gold diggers,
Yeah.
and they
Sack
they, they want to
chasers. That's what
secure
they
the
said back in
bag.
the day.
Right.
But at what cost? You sitting up here trying to do flips and trips all in the bed, and you not the only one. So you sitting up here trying to, make his fantasies come true. And then the next thing you know, we've given every all parts of ourselves. We sacrificed. We've done things that we said that
Mm-hmm.
we would never do,
Girl, come
but
on.
we did them and we did them well. And
Yeah.
then he acts like that's not enough, and then you're like, well, what's up? And then he's like, just dumb. And I don't get that.
Mhm.
And people need to be, when you, before you get in a relationship, you need to be honest. While you're in the relationship, you need to be honest. And
Honesty
if
at all
things
times.
shift your honesty and tell them the honest shift. Tell them what's going on. Tell them what your desires are. Tell them that your expectations have changed. Tell them that your plans have changed.
Yeah,
And don't leave people in limbo.
true. So I made a video of the type of man I'm looking for, because you know how Negroes bingo inbox and this and that, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, dude, what? Like, you look at this stuff, it's like, boy, bye. I said, I put on there, I said, this is the basics.
She's
I,
accepting applications.
oh, did you heard it? I said, I'm always accepting applications, but whether you get the job or not, that depends on you. Okay. Um, and I told my therapist this yesterday too, and she was like, and she said something. She was like, okay, well, let me tell you what I said first. So that, again, it's the very basic, honesty, loyalty,
Tell the damn truth.
faithfulness, good communicator, chivalrous, thoughtful,
Mm-hmm. You gotta be thoughtful.
got to be thoughtful, kind, kind heart, just a kind person, period. Have a good relationship with his mother.
That's important.
What else did I say? Oh, loves to travel, have a passport.
Have a damn passport because Cam and Kay have their passports. We don't play. We've had our passports and we like to travel. We are well traveled
Hmm.
women, but we're always willing to explore.
Yes. So, something that I told my therapist, I said, I said, I did that. And she's like, okay. So she said, but what do you expect in a relationship? Because she said, anybody can just come and meet those criterias, you know. I was like, you're right. So, she's made me dig deeper. I told her, I said, that's just the basics, though. That's just the
Yeah,
very
and
basic.
that's
Like, we'll get into, integrity,
but
his
I
good
think what she was
character.
asking you was like I think we need to start saying not that we just want a relationship, not that's what you're
Yeah,
saying, but
right. Yeah.
have couple goals. Like
Hmm.
have a timeline. We have timelines for everything else, but then when we get in relationships, we're like, oh, I'm just gonna go with the flow. It's time out for that because,
Hmm.
like my mom used to say, either you get on the pot and shit or you get off.
I love your mama.
That's the 82-year-old
Oh,
wisdom because it's the truth. Because so I remember somebody told me once that you're gonna turn 25, and then after that, the years are gonna fly by.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
And I was thinking the other day, I was like, damn, I remember that person told me that, and the years have just like really flown
Flown by.
by.
Hmm.
And we have to just be authentic to ourselves. And that's why I love no matter what where you are in life or what you're doing, you got to work on yourself.
You do. And don't forget to don't lose yourself when you're in a relationship. In the wake of
Ooh.
Eminem's new album coming out tomorrow, don't lose yourself. He said lose yourself, but we're saying don't
Don't
lose
lose
yourself
yourself.
when you're in a relationship because people tend to do that, especially us women. We
I
tend to
have.
do that
I've done
a
that a
lot.
lot of times. And it's time out for that bullshit. I'm just being super real because you have goals and you have goals for yourself. And then when you have go and then you'll meet somebody or something will happen in your
Hmm.
life and then you get off of your
Get off
path.
track.
Like for me, little transparent moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had all my goals. I had my 5 year goals, my 1 year goal, everything written
Mm-hmm.
down, and then my father got sick, and my goals shifted because then my concerns were taking care of my dad.
Yeah.
But then during the course of taking care of my dad, then the pandemic came. And we all know that a lot of people fell into relationships during that pandemic time because it was a weird time. Shoot, we all thought it was 1999. Finally, it was had come to fruition. We didn't know what was going to
And you
happen.
were good if you were booed up during the pandemic,
Heck
because I did.
yeah.
I was with my ex. We was living
Boot up,
together, so we
hot up, boot
booed
up.
up.
Yeah, and so it was a weird time and it was nice to have somebody to hold on to cling to go through that with. And then a lot of relationships got destroyed during the pandemic and then some of them fell apart after the pandemic because you couldn't be with them. It was like an unrealistic time.
Yeah, and like a lot of the pandemic relationships now are starting to fizzle. Like you see, what's their face, Jeannie Ma and Jeezy, they were straight up like pandemic relationships.
Oh, that's
You
why
know.
he got all caught up. Because he wasn't no fish out there. He couldn't get to nothing else. See, sometimes when we limit ourselves and we don't do anything else, you just get comfortable.
Hmm.
You get used to that person, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm supposed to be with this person," but sometimes that's not it. I'll say this, ladies and gentlemen, your 5 year goals, your list, go back. It is okay to backtrack a little bit. Go back to your list and see if you have accomplished your goals that you had before the relationship that you may be currently in. And or make I would say better yet, make sure that you take care of your goals even if you do get into a relationship. Don't let nothing falter from that because I know for
True.
me, I was about to buy a condo before I
Hmm.
got the pandemic and all that happened and I got off track with what I wanted.
Hmm.
But the beautiful part about life is never
It's never
too
too
late.
late. It's never too late. You can do reboots.
You
They do a lot of reboots of these shows.
yeah.
Reboot your life.
Yes. And you can rewrite your life.
Hmm.
You can rewrite whatever goals you had. You may have your goals change. You can
And have goals, damn it, because you know what?
have goals, damn it.
Have goals because I
Yes.
dated somebody. It should have been. You know how you, in hindsight, you look back like, hell. So I should have known something was up when he said, I don't do like the 5 year plans, and I don't plan
How the
for.
hell don't you plan? So
Right.
you
How
just
you not
floating.
plan your
So you
future?
like a feather in the wind, just blowing wherever
Right.
it may go.
Ladies, gentlemen, please get with somebody, date somebody, be in a relationship with somebody who is driven, who has drive, who have goals that they want to accomplish in life,
And
okay? And
expectations.
they execute it.
Because I remember somebody once told me, I don't set expectations because I don't want to be disappointed. So if you don't set
I've
expectations,
heard that.
you won't be disappointed. But the bottom line is that's like you're living in fear. Life is
Yeah.
life is life. You're gonna have highs, lows, you're gonna
Mhm.
ebb and flow, and you're gonna be damn it disappointed. So that ain't nothing but just some
Ain't no
bullshit.
mountain high,
Ain't
ain't
no
no
valley
valley
low,
low.
ain't no river
Wide
wide enough,
enough, baby.
baby.
Okay.
And my Tisha Campbell. Yes, and I think that's where at the age that I am now, be who you gonna be and let's do this. I want to. It's time to build. If you're in a relationship and
Come
you're not
on now.
building and you don't have a list and y'all not building towards anything,
Then what the hell
then
is
you
it
might as well
for?
be by yourself.
What the hell is it for?
That's a
Is this a
that's
situation ship?
that's a you say he's just a friend. Oh
Ooh.
baby, that's a friendship. That's not a relationship.
That's a friendship, right? Yeah, yes, girl. But yeah, don't cause again we were talking about this because I was like, okay, we need to talk about this on the show because I think a lot of people are going through it, or they can empathize with us because they've been through it,
Mm-hmm.
or hell, because stuff, life is cycles. You might go through it in the future,
Mm-hmm.
but just do not lose sight of yourself.
No.
You still, like in a relationship, you still do the things that you want to do. And if that person don't want to
Do it
do it
anyway.
anyway.
Do it
Do
anyway.
it
Because you
anyway.
are a person by yourself. Some things you're going to have to walk alone. You're going to have to do alone. And then also, like, if you like to bowl and he don't like to bowl or she don't like to bowl, find you a bowling club. Get with a group of people who like to bowl. And if that upsets anything that you do for yourself, that if it upsets the other person, then they might not be the person for you because although we are in relationships, we are also individuals.
Hmm.
So it is okay for that person or for you to have your own thing that maybe your
Yes.
partner doesn't want to do. It's okay. I like to dance. So if my partner don't like to dance, he can't get mad if I want to go dancing. You don't want to dance.
Hmm.
But for me, I think with women, a lot of times we're interested in what our partners want to do. So if
True.
they like cars, we gonna try to find out some stuff about cars. If they like sports, we're gonna try to find out some stuff about
Hmm.
sports. We're interested. When you're interested in
But that's not a it's,
somebody's life,
that's not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if it's not being reciprocated.
yeah.
If he's not doing the things that you're interested in, or she is not doing the things that you're interested in, but you're always giving in, giving in, giving in, there's something wrong with that picture.
It is.
There's something wrong with that picture. Don't, and this is, I'm talking to myself, my old self, because this is a new me. Um, don't settle for low to no effort.
Don't settle for low to no effort is good. That's a really good thing you
Mm-hmm.
said because this is my thing. They have a saying out there called matching energy.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I do. I match
sometimes you
energy
have to
sometimes.
match
Oh yeah, oh
energy.
yeah, you do.
So if say for instance
I'm a big believer in that.
you a thoughtful woman and you go out for this person's birthday and you buy them this, that, and the other, and then when your birthday come around, they too busy or they forgot, then I think that you need to forget too. Happy birthday, give them a dap and keep it moving.
Right. And
Don't
sometimes they need to know how
allow
it feels to be treated, how
the
they're
we're
treating
treating
you.
you. Yep.
Sometimes a person needs to they need
They
to
need that
feel that.
mirror. They need that mirror
Yeah, they need that
image.
mirror. Hmm.
Man in the mirror. Like, you know what Michael said?
I'm talking to the man in the mirror. Yeah.
Mirror.
But yeah, y'all.
Yeah.
So again, we just just want to come on here and just encourage. 'Cause that's what we like to do. Because again, this
We
is
go through it. We've been through
yeah,
it,
and you're just
and we just being
being a
honest.
fly on the wall on our conversations. But we know that it can help some people.
So just being a little yeah. So what do you think about if a person were to meet somebody at their job and that they were kind of flirting with the idea,
Hmm.
well, they kind of like flirting. They're going back and forth with this person and they're in a relationship.
Hmm.
So, do you think it's okay for them to continue to flirt and be friendly with this person or no?
Okay,
If they're in a relationship.
so
So,
so
like, oh my gosh.
like I don't think it's okay because you're playing with fire. You're playing with fire. I'm speaking from experience.
Experience.
Yeah, I
It might not start off that way, but it can end up a whole another way.
yes, especially because the key word that you said was flirting. Because the whole premise, for the most part, of flirting is to let the person know I like you, that you like me.
But sometimes you can have an undeniable attraction too. And it's not that you even trying to flirt, it just it's what it is.
Yes, and that's why I say you playing with fire. Like if you continue to, if a person continue to do that with someone, because again, I'm speaking from experience.
Mm.
Um, I got caught up in a situation that I should not have. Caught up in a situation I never thought I would be caught up in.
Isn't it crazy how when you say you'll never do something, sometimes you end up
That's why I
doing
don't say it no more.
exactly what you said
That's why I
that
don't
you
say it
never
anymore.
do.
And because I knew this person was flirting with me on social media, I even brought it to my partner. I was like, he did this. I think he flirted. He was like, no, I don't think so. I was like, I think he was. And he was, y'all. He was. And he knew I was in a relationship and everything.
That's what gets me is when somebody knows you're in a relationship and they keep trying to pursue the person that you're with and they know. And then for the person that you're with to entertain it, that's just like
Yeah.
so crazy.
Yeah. So to your question, um, yeah, I just think it's a slippery slope.
Taboo.
I think it's a slippery slope because his slope can slide right into your slippery. So
Okay. And with that being said about the that was good. That was really good. Oh my gosh. So be careful. We really do have to
yes.
be careful of not allowing things to happen, and especially when you know the person's in a relationship
Yeah.
or a marriage or something like that. You should step back. Try to date
Or else
and
you'll be like, you're my little secret. And we don't want to go there. You
and
don't
then
want to
next
go
thing you
there.
know, you'd be like, mm. And now we live in a world where these people be having 4 and 5 relationships and
Girl.
then intertwining the relationships and oh god, this world we
Girl.
live in is wild.
Right.
It's wild. So
Yeah.
what do we get out of this conversation? We have to define our relationships. We have to set boundaries,
Continue to do you, boo.
continue to do you, boo, and be upfront and honest about doing you.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, you have to be. At the end of the day, we come in the world by ourselves and we're going to leave here by ourselves. So while we're in between those, while we're in the dash part, you got to live your life. And it is
Hmm.
okay to have relationships with people outside of your mate, as long as you're honest with them and as long as you don't let that slippery slope slide into your whatever
This
she
slope
said,
slide into
slide into
your
your
slippery.
slippery. That was good. You might have to title it. Oh, but yeah, it is important. But I would just say this too. Men, women, pay attention to your partners. Listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take people for granted because what
Mm-hmm.
one man don't want, another one
Come
will.
on
What a
now.
woman don't want, another one will.
Mm-hmm.
But beware of these people who are out there that are trying to prey on you and your if a person knows that you're in a relationship or a
That's just
marriage,
disrespectful.
that's a scoundrel. And stop falling for the we about to get divorced. When you get divorced, holler back at me and then we might be able to be friends.
Yeah, show me the
But
papers.
don't walk into that. And I even know papers because you know what
What?
who was that? Just Hilarious said the country Wayne had his lawyer call her and everything and say his marriage was over and he was lying just so he could get one. So people are crazy.
Just for the puss?
Just for the smell of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
So y'all go ahead and like, share, comment. Okay.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. We are still on our road to 200 and we are at 115 now. So we're getting there.
We're
So
getting there.
just share. If you're watching us from the bushes, you have not subscribed. What you waiting on? Go ahead and subscribe, y'all. Come
It's
on.
free.
Come on, it's free. It don't cost
And you
much.
know you like your girls Cam and Kay.
Hey.
And you know you want to know more about all things Cam and Kay.
Right.
So what up though?
What up though? So yeah, so just go ahead and do that, y'all. We really appreciate your support. If you don't do anything else though, just like the video because we'll show up in other people's feeds
An
and
algorithm.
algorithm because that's how the new people like found us and stuff. So
Yeah.
hey, thank you again, y'all, for our new subscribers. We thank you so much.
And thank you for joining us this evening with Cam and
Kay
Kay's
on
going
Clink,
live.
the live
The live
edition.
edition.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye. Sip sip.
Sip, sip. And don't forget to live your life. Hey.
Hey. I'm gonna live my life. Hey.